Hello everybody and welcome to IBARMIA. We're in the heart of the Basque Country, a beautiful area but also very industrial, where one of the main activities is machine tool manufacturing. In fact, this area has the highest concentration of machine tool builders in Europe. This is IBARMIA, a very successful family-owned company that has been growing for the last 65 years. Let's see what's happening inside. Okay, now that we are inside, let's tell you a little bit about this company. From all the machines made in this factory, IBARMIA exports 90% of them to other countries around the world. And as part of that activity, we receive visitors from many countries. That means that we open the doors to our home to each visitor, and we show them with clear transparency how we make the machines, from design to final assembly. Let's do the same with you guys so you can see where the magic happens. Hey, at IBARMIA, we take pride in working in a very transparent way. All the information is rapidly shared between all departments. Here we have finance and accounts. In this department over here we have HR. If you follow me, I'll take you to the sales department, where we'll be able to meet a few of the people working here. Oh, it looks like we're having a meeting here, so let's walk faster and take you to the sales department. And here we have the sales department. From this department, we send all our proposals to many countries around the world. Hello guys, hey. Hello. Hello. We have German speakers here, Italian speakers, Chinese speakers, French speakers, and we work in close relation with our distributors in many countries around the world. This is our sales director, Mikkel. So Mikkel, can you tell us, where does IBARMIA sell the machines?
Yes, we sell machines all over the world, from Canada to China. We work mainly with local distributors, and apart from this headquarters, we have a sales office in Germany and in China. And our main market are USA, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, and China.
One of the areas where IBARMIA is very active is innovation. Arate here is the director of that department. So Arate, what is that about?
Okay, hello and welcome. From here in innovation, we think about the solutions that IBARMIA customers will need in the future, and we work together with several partners to make it happen. Different partners like technological centers, universities, and some other companies. We explore different technologies that will impact the manufacturing in the future. For example, additive manufacturing, we are quite active there, working with several European partners like Siemens, GKN, and Michelin. And we are also very close to the aerospace sector, working in new technologies for this industry.
The real engineering departments are those ones over there. From those big windows, they have full visibility of what's happening in the assembly line. They can analyze every detail of the machines and have constant feedback of the real performance of each solution on site. On the top floor, we have what we call the brains, the engineers that come up with the creative ideas for those customized machines. On that middle floor, we have the engineers that execute those ideas created by the department above and turn them into real machines that are manufactured at IBARMIA. And on that first floor, we have the service department, or as we call it, the performance department. Those are the engineers that will ensure that all those solutions created and executed by the technicians above will work for the entire lifetime of the machine, performing at their best by doing maintenance jobs and repair jobs when required on the field. Well, now we are inside the brains of this company. This is the new product development department. This is where they make all the proposals for customizing machines, improving machines, and even machines of the future. Let's talk to one of the most experienced engineers here so they can tell us how they work here.
Hello. Well, in this department, we take care of three main areas. One, customize. We customize machines. For that, we listen to the customer main issues. So we have direct contact with them. Then we analyze the solutions with our engineering tools. And after that, we make the commercial proposal together with the sales department. 2. Future designs. We think and we design the machines of the future. New developments, new type of machines that IBARMIA could build if there is a potential market value for it. 3. Improve the present. We are constantly analyzing our current designs and improving them.
And in this department, we also have a team of application engineers that can analyze customer parts and work on turnkey projects when required. And this is, as they say, the real hard working department. These engineers are the ones that will make the machine. Once a proposal becomes a purchase order and it's been analyzed by all the departments, it will become an internal working order. It will be given a serial number and it'll come to this department. These engineers will then distribute and organize all the work, the design, mechanical and electronic work, according to the level of technology of that machine. Machines are classified in 3 different levels according to their complexity. This is to improve the lead times, to keep them under control and make sure that all the resources are used in a very efficient way. To do that, this department has constant communication with the guys upstairs to ensure that everything they make is as per the customer's requirement. Okay, now let's go see the service department. Alright, we're gonna talk to the service director, Eva Odriozola, who ensures the machines perform during the whole lifetime.
We have 2 main goals at the service department. One is to keep machines running with the highest possible productivity and low downtimes, and the second one is to help our customers get the most out of their IBARMIA machines. We have also our service engineers that they can give support. We can give support on site but also remote support. We have several tools that help us give the best remote support as possible, and we also can get access to the PLC of the machine. We can also get connected to the machine, so we can modify the PLC or just make an overview or diagnosis of what is happening with the machine.
Once the production engineering department have done their job and every design of every component is ready, guess what machines we use to make the components of our IBARMIA machines? Right, you guessed right, we use IBARMIA machines. In fact, these 2 machines here represent the 2 families of the IBARMIA product range. On this side, we have an example of our moving column machining center product range. And on this other side here, we have an example of our large 5-axis universal machining centers. This one in particular, it's a THC30. The number 30 means that we can fit parts up to 3 meters diameter in that working area. We use this big T30 machine to produce the bigger components of our machines. For example, the columns, the saddles. It has a pallet changer, which means that this machine can run all night long unattended. This machine over here, it's what made IBARMIA famous all over the world. This is a ZVH60 L6000. It has a 6-meter long machine bed, 1.1 on the y-axis, 1.3 on the vertical axis, a b-axis head and 2 integrated rotary tables. We use this machine to produce the smaller components of our machines, other components for different machines that we can make as well. As you know, we have a 3rd program, a 3rd family in our product range, which is the machines we make for big diameter bearings and flanges. Right now, we're machining components for that type of machines. Having these 2 machines here allows us also making test cuts for customers. Many companies need to confirm that the machines are going to perform to the specific jobs they want them for. So very often we receive materials here, we receive different components that our application engineers analyze and then machine using their proposed strategies to see if we can meet the customer's requirements regarding power, accuracy, dynamics. So we can do those test cuts with the customers here as well when they come, and they can check that everything works as they need before they place an order for a machine. Once the components are machined in the machines we've just seen, in those two IBARMIA machines. Once the structures for the machines are produced, we bring them to this room. This is the measuring department. The components spend the night here at 20 degrees, being climatized, before we take them into that top-class equipment, that coordinate measuring machine. We use the latest technology, a top-class model here, with very high accuracy and a very low level of uncertainty. For example, the component we see here, this is the saddle or the carriage of a star machine. The column would be traveling on top of this surface here. So what the technician was telling us, the key factors they measure here is the flatness of the surface and also the parallelism between this face here, this top face, and the one underneath. Those are points that are tightly measured in this equipment here. Once all these components and all the parts produced in IBARMIA machines go through all the quality checks and are measured to ensure that the machines meet all the geometry and accuracy standards, we can take them to the assembly line. Well, we're seeing here one of the keys of the success of the IBARMIA machine. This room, this area, is where they assemble the B-axis system. It's an in-house design that's been developed and made at IBARMIA, and it's mainly a torque motor. IBARMIA uses a torque motor in every tilting head installed in all machines. For the moving column machining centers, the B-axis we have there, and also on the 5-axis machines, the B-axis as well, and the A-axis nodding head. They all have the same technology, the same components, and we just change the orientation of the axis. As I said, it's a powerful torque motor system with a rotary scale right on the rotating shaft, so you get direct measuring of the position, and it has a hydraulic clamping system to block the position of the tool when you're machining. Powerful system, it gives you more than 6,000 Newton meters clamping force. And as I said, it's all assembled here in this room by experienced technicians that are doing this operation all day long. So, as we said, once all the components have been measured, have gone through all the quality checks, they're brought here. This is the sub-assembly area for columns and headstocks. This is where they are assembled. These columns are made of steel to ensure the rigidity of the structure, and as you can see, its size has been designed to ensure stability because it needs to hold the power of a powerful spindle that will be working mainly on hard materials. These components have to be assembled perfectly to ensure the performance of the machine. So that's why they're assembled in this area, away from all the other distractions, and once everything is perfect here, they can be taken to the assembly line together with the rest of the components to be put into one big machine. So once all components are made and measured and all sub-assemblies are manufactured, the components come into the assembly line. This is one of the main assembly lines. As you can see, we have several machines in production right now. Our lead times can go from 4 to 7, 8 months, depending on what components the machine has. Obviously, multitasking machines, machines with turning components, have a bit of a longer lead time. These are all customized machines. Although we keep the heart of the machine always identical, the working area is customized to every specific need. That's how the customer, for a little change in the machine, a little change for IBARMIA, can create a huge advantage for that customer. Maybe changing the orientation of the rotary table, the position on the x-axis, increasing the swing diameter to fit bigger parts. Those are little details for IBARMIA that, while keeping the machine identical, we can do, and that would mean that the customer can do the parts in a much more efficient way. This line here is the one we use to make that type of work. You can see several machines, construction details, and also my colleagues will explain more about each machine in different webinars we'll do later. We have even the structure of a T model, one of our most successful machines. It's a T12 in this case, that you can actually see naked now and it's in production process. For example, here, this is a typical IBARMIA machine. This is a ZVH58 L4000 Extreme. The code means nothing to you guys, but what I can tell by the code is that this is a 50 taper machine, size 50. At IBARMIA we make bigger machines for 50 taper spindles or HSK 100 spindles. It has 1 meter on the y-axis, 4 meters on the x-axis, 1.1 on the vertical axis, an integrated rotary table for 5-axis operations, a B-axis head with a torque motor that makes the continuous movement, full range, and then a long flatbed for a wide variety of other jobs. This is one of the most typical machines at IBARMIA. It's a powerful machine, but also very dynamic, moves fast, but has the power for tough operations in hard materials. So we've just seen the customized, most of the ZVH machines that are customized in this area. As you can see on this other area, we have another type of IBARMIA machine. As you know, we have moving column machining centers, universal 5-axis machining centers, and then we have a third section, third program of machines for flanges and bearings. That is this type of machines that I'm sure one of my colleagues will explain much deeper in a later webinar. We're now in the assembly line, the assembly area for the star machines. Now, in the engineering departments, they've told us that one of the main activities at IBARMIA is customizing machines. We usually make machines as per the customer spec. We have a standard platform, and then with more than 800 options, we can tailor-make the machine to meet the customer's specific requirements. However, we are aware at IBARMIA, especially because we've been told by many of our distributors, that a high percentage of the market, a high percentage of the customers just take whatever is available from the shelf, from the showrooms, from the stocks, and are just happy to take a standard machine to be able to produce most of their components. For that segment of the market, which is huge, we were requested to put all the technology, all the premium components we use in the customized machines and in the 5-axis large universal machining centers, to use the technology we have there and put them in one standard configuration, a close spec that meets, as I said, a huge percentage of the market, and have it available for short delivery or for the showrooms of our distributors. That machine, that technology put in one spec, is what we call the star machine. It's a configuration that is very well known, but the machine still has the IBARMIA touch, the IBARMIA way of making machines. And when we make machines at IBARMIA, we usually favor power and capacity. So if you compare this machine to its most direct competitors, you will find that it has a more powerful spindle and it has more weight capacity than the competition. We are now walking through the second assembly line. We use this assembly line especially for special projects. For example, this one here, we see, this is a high production unit to produce L-shaped profiles mainly used in crane manufacturing. The solution we have here has two spindles facing each other, but running independently and simultaneously on these L-shaped profiles. So we're going to have a profile feeder that will push the parts through this side. The two spindles will work on the part at the same time in different lengths, and once they're done, the bar feeder will take the profiles out. We can see that it's a very compact solution for a huge length here, very long machine that has a great cheap evacuation system and a full enclosure of the working area. Well, you'll be glad to know that we are finally in the last part of our tour. We are now in what will be a social area to receive customers like yourselves. So we can be here having a coffee, having a drink, while you see how we make the machines. We'll show you everything, how we design them, how we make them. You can have your conversation with our engineers, our technicians about your specific requirements. We will propose solutions for you, and hopefully after all those conversations, the result will be a machine that will be installed in your factory and will upgrade your production system. So we look forward to having you here. See you soon.